Welcome back again. Egypt has been recognized among the top 10 African travel and tourism destinations for 2025, according to a report by Business Africa. The report highlights several Egyptian tourist attractions, including the pyramids in Giza, the Sphinx, the Valley of Kings in Luxor, Abu Simbel temples, along with other tourist attractions in Egypt. What does that mean to Egypt, and how far the opening of the Grand Egyptian Museum will contribute to tourism sector in Egypt? We shed more light on this issue with our guest in the studio, Mr. Ala Khalifa, international tourism marketing expert. Thanks for being with us.
Thank you, it's a pleasure.
What does it mean for Egypt, and how far that will affect Egyptian tourism sector being recognized among top 10 African tourism destinations for 2025?
It's a great recognition. It's a great award for Egypt positioning in Africa as a top leading destination, tourist destination in Africa. It shows Egypt as a very diverse cultural destination where everyone wants to do Egypt and put it as part of its bucket list.
Yeah, so regarding tourism in Egypt, we have lots of diversified tourist attractions in Egypt. In your opinion, is that enough? Do we need to promote Egypt in a different way? What do we need to be among the top leaders of tourism industry in the world?
I mean, the top global 10 best destinations in the world. Actually, I do consider Egypt as one of the top 10 destinations in the world, because Egypt, with its cultural diversity, it doesn't matter. Egypt is cultural diversity.
Yes.
And with its diversity in its tourism products, a mix for different cultures into Egypt. It's a long history. It's the kind of ecotourism in Egypt itself, the historical tourism in Egypt, it all show uniqueness. It shows a very unique position among different destinations around the world. Egypt as a cultural hub for the world, as one of the oldest known cultures ever existed on for mankind and on Earth. It actually shows us that's worthy to be among the top 10 destinations around the world. And it was actually for a very long time. However, it just our unfortunate positioning among very hot areas around us, sometimes can drag you along. That people can think of a destination and then they think of the area around the destination. So it's a lot of misconception. This is where marketing comes in order to change that preconceived idea about a destination, such as, when you have hot areas of conflicts like Gaza, when you have Syria, when you have, other areas around you from the left and from the west and from the east. So people always think, okay, this is in the middle of the area, maybe I'll keep it, I'll delay my travel. However, Egypt, in my opinion, possesses a great wealth of diversified products. This diversification is very crucial in order to present a multi-choice product for nowadays travel. Nowadays, traveler would like to seek new experiences, would like to engage into different types of tourism. Well, not only on a beach tourism, not only on a sunny or a desert tourism or a cultural tourism or a historical one, but also rural tourism, sometimes culinary tourism, sometimes adventure tourism. All of this kind of combination, it's actually existing in one country. So we do have a lot of diversity. We do have a lot of cultural diversity to present. We have a lot of cultural greatness and preservation. Many cultures around the world have got deep roots in history, but they don't have so many preserved, well-preserved artifacts. We do. We have actually the biggest treasures, the Tutankhamun's treasures, for example. We have all these great treasures in the Grand Egyptian Museum. It is an overwhelming feeling for any tourist when you tell them, guess what, you're going to Egypt. They know that this is a destination that have long dreamt to go and visit. Our role as marketeers, as a person actually putting a strategies for international destinations all the time, I can tell you that our role right now is to enhance the idea, empower the soft power of Egypt as a destination that promotes peace, collateral relationships, and it's heading towards development. It's a safe and secured destination. It offers a lot of diverse areas and destinations to visit. Has the largest, biggest Egyptian museum in the world, and so many and so forth. I can't even tell you how important it is that we have to spread awareness, get them to be engaged, and make them make the decision at the end to come and visit Egypt. And all of this happens by enhancing the travel experience inside our destination. And all the beautiful positive news, it's actually going towards this direction.
That's very interesting. And despite all the difficulties and challenges in the area, let's say that according to Prime Minister Madbouli, Egypt was successful and achieved 15,700,000 tourists to Egypt. In spite of all the difficulties and challenges and wars around us, still we're targeting 30 million by 2030. Is that enough for Egypt? Again, I will be back to you, but we have a report. Let's check this report and stay tuned. We'll be back.
Egypt has been recognized among the top 10 African travel and tourism destinations for 2025, according to a report by Business Africa. The report highlights several Egyptian tourist sites, including the Pyramids of Giza, the Sphinx, the Valley of the Kings in Luxor, and the Abu Simbel temples. It also emphasizes the importance of Egypt's stable political climate and robust safety measures as key factors contributing to the growth of its tourism industry. Egypt is also preparing to host several major sporting events this year, notably the Men's Handball World Cup at the end of the year, which is expected to further boost tourism to the country. The Grand Egyptian Museum, the GEM, located near the Pyramids of Giza, is poised to become a monumental addition to Egypt's cultural and tourism landscape. After years of anticipation, the museum began a partial trial opening on October 16, 2024, unveiling 12 main galleries to the public. More recently, in January 2025, President El-Sisi restructured the Board of Trustees of the GEM to invigorate its leadership and expedite the museum's readiness for inauguration. The GEM is set to house over 100,000 artifacts, showcasing Egypt's rich heritage from prehistoric times through the pharaonic era and beyond. Among its most anticipated exhibits is the complete collection of King Tutankhamun's treasures, many of which will be displayed together for the first time since their discovery. The museum's strategic location overlooking the Giza Plateau offers visitors a unique juxtaposition of ancient wonders and modern architectural prowess. The inauguration of the GEM is expected to significantly bolster Egypt's cultural diplomacy efforts by showcasing the nation's rich history and commitment to preserving its heritage. The museum aims to attract tourists, scholars, and cultural enthusiasts worldwide. This aligns with Egypt's broader strategy to position itself as a leading cultural hub in the region, fostering international partnerships and promoting cross-cultural understanding. Furthermore, the GEM's opening is anticipated to have a substantial economic impact. The museum is expected to draw millions of visitors annually, providing a boost to the tourism sector, which is a vital component of Egypt's economy.
Mr. Ala Khalifa, international tourism marketing expert, in your opinion, we're targeting 30 million tourists by 2030. Are we ready for that number?
We are not ready right now, but we are in the way prepare the ground for it.
What do we need?
We need a lot of infrastructure. We need more rooms to be built. Right now we are in 211,000 rooms. We need at least 200,000 rooms more.
I understand there are lots of under construction projects in that field.
Yes, that's why we're encouraging a lot of investors in various areas, those who are well known in the hospitality industry, to build more and more of their areas. We give a lot of incentives, and we also this month actually, which is a great news when I heard that the Ministry of Tourism and Antiquities, they have actually started giving licenses for hotel apartments, new hotel apartments, encouraging people for the Airbnb style, of renting out homes and renting out apartments, which is a great booster for the accommodation space in Egypt. However, our current capacity right now can take up to 17 million. However, we need an extra capacity for another 13 million in order to reach this goal. On the other hand, we need to adopt an open sky policy, which I think we are in the way to do that.
Yes.
Giving incentives to a lot of low-cost carriers to come to Egypt and land in various airports. So the second thing is that we're giving airports management to a lot of private investors in order to run the airport more efficiently and also increase the arrivals to these airports, encouraging airlines to open up new hubs into these various destinations. We're also building out subsidiary airports. A lot of different countries around the world, they have so many airports scattered everywhere in various regions in order to activate mobility and moving between different cities. You see, tourism is not about going to one destination or two destinations and then helping out the economy in these destinations, but also it's about making local economies benefit out of it.
In these points, particularly, do you think we need more like, one-star rooms available for tourists? Is it numbers we care